Hey there. So today has been a busy work day. I am just like ticking off things on my to-do list, and one of them was cleaning up branches. Finally got that done after like a while, and just taking sections at a time. And not that we had that much, it's just been so hot that a person can only take so much, right? And then after that, I thought, I'm hot and sweaty. I think I'm going to tackle some of the little grasses and weeds in our landscape, and that shouldn't take too long. My husband started to yesterday just go around. I thought, it wouldn't take much to go around the rest of the house, but there again, hot, and we really don't have any breeze today. I don't even see a leaf moving, and so I am in here just cooling down, and I thought I will do my live, even though I don't look the best, but I'm still going to do it without you seeing me, so that when I'm done with this, I can go back outside and just finish it and then call it a day, and then clean up. So have a very fun summer card for you. I really liked the color combination of this one today and hope that you do as well. So it wasn't until I got ready to do my live, this one's been sitting here for me to film for quite a while, that I realized that earlier in the week I did this card, and it's kind of the same concept and layout when you see that, just taking some paper, and this one I opted to go all the way to the top and didn't leave like that 1/4 inch around. And then this one, I left the 1/4 inch around. So I'm kind of glad that I did similar cards in the same week, so you can kind of see what do you like. Is it more eye appealing to have kind of that frame of the cardstock base sitting there, or do you like it when it goes all the way to the top? Sometimes I feel like it makes the card look bigger when we don't have that edging on there. I don't know why, and it just kind of gives a different look and feel to that. So I thought, well, I'll show you that, but I'm going to make this one today for you guys. Hello there, Shannon. Because why would I make the one I made earlier in the week, right? So I'm revisiting some cute paper that I just absolutely love. Do you remember that Cute as a Bug paper with all the cute bugs? Yes. So this is part of it. So the sheets in here have, maybe I took them all out now for this project, more of the berry look to them. And so if we can't eat berries in today's world because of a parasite, we can make stamped cards with berries on it, right? Unfortunately, I am, how do I want to say? I'm not like afraid, but I'm also cautious now. Like, am I going to buy raspberries? No, but I have blueberries sitting in my fridge, and yeah, just eating them with caution, hoping that nothing bad happens, because I love my salads. I love all my stuff that we're probably supposed to avoid right now, but that's the way it is. So like I said, I'm just going to make cards that have all that kind of stuff on it for you. So let me start with the card base. This card base opens this orientation today, and this is Old Olive. And then what I'm just going to do next is take this cute paper from Cute as a Bug. So we've got that. And then this back side kind of has that quilted look. It kind of reminds me actually of like the barn quilt look. So I'm just going to put my adhesive on here with that. And like I said, this card is unusual for the fact that I go all the way up to the corners. So a lot of times then what I do is I just open my card up, and this is what I also do to help. I will put it right up against my trimmer edge because there's that lip there, so I know that that's not going to move, and then I can just put this right up there too and make sure that I don't move it. I already have a buckle in here, as you can see. I'm just going to kind of scooch it with this and see how it goes. And it might be that maybe my paper is actually a little bit, oh my goodness, this is not going well. Let me just pull it all off like wallpaper and start all over, right? Usually this works really well, but I wonder if maybe my paper's too long on one end, and I was trying to make something happen that wasn't going to work no matter what, and I think that is exactly it. So now that I start on one end and go down, now it's going to work fantastic. And now that I flip it over, yeah, it's just kind of got like probably 1/16 of an edge, and that's what I was trying to work out on both ways. I wanted it to be the same. That's not going to happen. There we go. That's how we fix it. Hello there, Amy, Shannon, Renee. Good to see you. So we've got that, like I said, going all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, all the way to the edge. And then for my next pieces, I am not going to use that to put it across. Kind of kink out that wrinkle in there. All right. So from that designer series paper, I had some that was this pattern and I loved it. But I knew I wouldn't have enough to do several cards. And if you know me, I like to do several cards at a time. So that's where I always have my designer series paper and like the rich regals, the soft subtles and all that. This is where having those as a backup is always awesome, because now I can just take and have this ready to go. And a lot of times our patterns, like for this, or like the other day, my card had from the Gingham Gallery. Well, we can now even buy like the color families in those different patterns of this too. This happens to be gingham, but the other one has stripes and dots and all that. So keep in mind that that has a lot of value to have those, because you can easily mix and match and make things coordinate really well. All right, what I don't have current in the catalog to show you is an edge die, but I love my edge dies, so they're never on my retirement sales, because this is from the scallop contour dies, if you remember, the ones that kind of have the scallop squares and rectangles and such. And so it is from that. And I also have another one that I won't part with that has a lot of edge pieces. So I was kind of debating between the two sets and such, because I didn't have other ones that I was seeing other people use. And this is from that other edge piece. It actually has like the zigzags and like little dots in there too. So if you know that or have that, I try not to talk about it too much online if you can't get it, because then people are sad. But I'm just telling you how much I like it and why I won't get rid of it. And also because if you already have those because they're previous stamps, then you're like, goodness, I'm set. I don't have to buy something new. And that's always a good thing. Hello there, Lisa. Good to see you jumping in. All right, so with this, what I'm going to do is look for that crease that I put there when I scored it. And then I'm not going to tape that down. I'm just going to hold it up. And then I'm going to tuck this layer in there as well, because sometimes I don't know like how long. I just kind of did a cut of, say, like 1.5 inches or something with my Poppy Parade color here of cardstock, but depending on where it went through my machine, some might be a little bit wider than others. And so tucking it in there, I know it's always going to fit. And then I'm just going to trim off this little extra piece here as well. Kind of the theme of the day, right? There we go. Got that. Okay. Have that. And now look at that. It just makes the whole card. Doesn't it almost look like a book cover? I love that. All right. So now we just have a little bit of extra to put on there, and then it's going to be done. So here's the littlest piece. And sometimes I get the biggest kick out of the littlest things. So in the Sweet Old Friends dies, we've got all these silly old bear, Winnie the Pooh dies. Here is this one here, and it can be made for making fences or posts or different things like that. And I even saw where they used it and also put some of these like little flowers from the scallop blooms on here, as well as these little leaves in the card like I made yesterday. And now you all of a sudden have your own little flower bed with this being the stem. So these little tiny things, like you always think, well, can I just also just have like cut a little shoestring off of a piece of scrap of paper? Yes, you can do that too, but I kind of like this die. I don't know. And I also probably should have used some adhesive strips on this too. So I'm going to see if I can get the tiniest little layer of this green glue. I just used it last night, so I think it would be ready to go. And of course, I am scared to death to squeeze any harder than I am, because I don't want it to go blop all over my project. So I'm going to take another one here. I always have about 4 of these on my desk at a time. I don't know if you're like that or not. Okay. Obviously, there we go. This one comes right out. Okay. And I like this green glue for little projects like that because it just sticks. And then you can actually give it a little bit of a shimmy too when you use glue, if you think, oh, is it one side versus the other, or needs a little straightening out. So there we have it. All right, with my green glue. And did you know if you get too much on your piece and it starts to like seep out and you go, that's gonna be noticeable even after it dries, just take tissue, like the tissue that you blow your nose, and just blot it when it's wet, and it absorbs it and doesn't leave that. That's my tip of the day. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Yes, this is just so fun, and I feel like I haven't visited this set for a while, so I'm happy to be working with it today because it's such a fun summer card. So next I'm going to take some Mossy Meadow, and also from the Scalloped Blooms bundle. They've got this large happy birthday. Love the font. Gosh, must love the ink because it got all over my block. And so it's got kind of that loose cursive, which I think is really nice and easy to read. And then I'm going to, since I have my ink pad out here, I'm going to do the inside too. I love that the fonts kind of match up because they're from the same bundle and everything. They're, again, kind of that loose cursive. Wishing you a day of relaxation, happiness, and love. And so I'm just going to set that aside while I tip this over to put some dimensionals on here. And then we still have ladybugs. So we have, as far as embellishments, not us in our house here, thank goodness. And so we still have ladybugs. They have been popular, like ongoing. When we get them in, they sell out and then we have to wait again. Now they are in, so people are excited about that. I think they've been in for a while and are staying in, but these are the Ladybug Garden epoxy shapes. So not only do we get the cute ladybugs, we also get some of these clear little dots, which just add a little bit, especially if you wanted to put some on your leaves to make it kind of look dewy, which we have a lot of that with this summer heat. But here there's just like the perfect little spot for a ladybug, and they are super thin. I want to show you guys that too, like super thin. So when you're mailing them, no extra bulk that way, but very nice. And with that epoxy finish too, just really brightens up the project. And then with the clear dots, I'm going to take a large one and a small one here. Let's see if I can get it back on my take your pick tool, just for an easy transfer. All right, so there we've got the happy birthday decorated up with that for an embellishment. And then I'm just gonna take and put my 4 by 5 1/4 piece of the inside cardstock. And this one I did in Very Vanilla this time, just because we've got that vanilla in the background of the paper here too. Yes. Okay. So Elizabeth just said, I'm going to go add ladybugs to the order because yes, they've been gone for a while. And in fact, I had some and thought I had enough. And so I kind of forgot about ordering them. So I kind of want to add some to my list because I'm getting down there again. And I know the way the summer is, I'm still going to be making some summer projects. So yeah. So it does add for a fun little cute thing, and you could, add them to so many of our cards just with a little embellishment. You could actually put them on the envelope that you're mailing too for fun. All right, so there you have it. Like I said, don't look at my nails today. I'm not flipping the camera around. I've been working hard, and this was just the break I needed to grab some water, film a card for you guys, and I'm going to go back outside and do some more work. Oh, and before I forget, I'm actually going to end with this. So this is the supply list of the card that I just made. I had it laid out, and I'm not always good at remembering this. So if you want to take a screenshot and see what is on there too. And I did mention the retired scalloped contour dies in there, and I did also make sure that I mentioned that they're retired first, so that if you want to look through your supplies and see if you have them. They were super popular, and that's why I think a lot of you might have these as well, or look in our current offerings because we do have some edges there too. All right, I will finish with that, and hopefully I will get to you tomorrow. I do have a class early next week that I need to get buzzing on for making up the ideas and cutting and such too. So if I'm not here tomorrow, that's what I'm doing. Otherwise, maybe I can do both if it's a good day. See you then. Bye-bye.